Hello, everybody. This is your host, Yoshi. We're having another wake and bake. I got a spliff. Um, everything's pretty okay. Uh, I believe I may have I think I may have talked about this before. I think there may be a glitch with Greedfall in one of the quests. Uh, finding the Tanland nest, and did I realize that the quest markers don't show up? I may not have talked to all the people needed, so next time I play that game, I'm going to see what's up. I got a bit more on the Surge 2 done, finally. Um, Final Fantasy. I need to do a little bit of leveling up and some item collection before I can actually take on the quest of the sword behind the waterfall. Uh, the creatures are pretty strong, and there's a lot of new ones that I'm gonna have to learn their patterns and stuff. Uh, what else? I think that's all for the moment on games. What I really wanted to do was talk about something what that came out yesterday. Let me spark this. Uh, so a whistleblower from the military came out and said that Trump and the federal government, well, some Trump and some federal officials were considering using the active denial system, or the heat ray, on the protesters at the Lafayette Square where he made his photo op. It's really interesting. Um, According to reports, the military didn't have any available, so they went with just tear gassing people. Now, if you don't know what the active denial system is, it is a microwave device. Well, shouldn't really say device. I mean, it technically is a device. It's a gun, more like a turret-looking device mounted on vehicles that is used to send out a microwave beam that heats up the water in your skin, causing you to feel like you're on fire. Now, this was supposed to be used for war, uh, but it was considered illegal under the Geneva Convention, similar to the LRAD, or the Long Range Acoustic Device. Uh, I'm not. If I remember correctly, the LRAD has been used, not the LRAD, but the heat ray gun may have been used a couple times during the Occupy protests. I know the LRAD was used a few times, along with some mobile watchtowers they were wanting to experiment with, as well as the FAST program, which was used to what, scan for malcontent against the state. Now let's check out this video about the active denial system. Oops. There we go.
Officer sent an email asking for the so-called heat ray. The email also asked if the DC National Guard had a long-range acoustic device. The heat ray, also known as an active denial system, was developed by the military decades ago. It shoots a directed beam of energy that causes a burning sensation. It's considered to be a non-lethal way to control crowds. It's unclear if it's ever been used in combat. DeMarco said he told the officials the guard did not have either device.
Lucky for us, Trump wasn't able to use the heat ray device on the protesters at Lafayette, even though CS gas is still pretty bad. It's also banned by the Geneva Convention. Chemical weapon. Surprisingly, a lot of um, weapons of war that are banned are used domestically. Uh, Technically, the cops are not at war, so it's not banned under the Geneva Convention. Uh, I do like the microwave weapons and stuff. I just don't like the fact that, the government is using them on people or wanting to use them on people. I mean, they're wanting to use them as a crowd control device against peaceful protesters and stuff. So, I mean, you can kind of imagine what they have in mind. I'm surprised they haven't really put them to more use. I know with the LRAD it's a bit harder because sound is it's harder to make sound unidirectional. So it's hard to prevent the users from getting affected, especially if if you're using like infrasound to cause some damage. The LRAD is high pitched sound. Then you have infrasound, which is really low sound waves that uh, you can't hear. It's in a range where humans can hear, but you can still feel it. It's like with when cars have or speakers have really good bass, and you can feel the vibrations. It's basically like that, and with it being strong enough, it can cause damage. Um, uh, so far, though, there's like no way to protect the user from said device, so it's not really used. There's actually there's another microwave uh device that is used. It's called oh, I can't remember the name of it now. No, it's not a microwave device. It's just a sound device. It's actually used to stop people talking. You point it at them. There's a microphone that picks up their sound, and then it replays what the person is saying on a slight delay. The brain is unable to deal with hearing its own voice on a slight delay. It's it's capable of dealing with hearing itself as it speaks, but not as a delay. And then that just befuddles the brain a bit and just causes you to stop talking. It's quite an interesting device. Um, I don't have video of it at the moment, otherwise I would play it. I do have set up a demonstration of the heat ray gun that I was meaning to show. Let's get this. Um, oops. Actually, I didn't mean to do that. Here we go.
You have to feel the ray gun to believe it, and there's only one way to do that. Engage, engage.
To me, it felt like scalding water.
I've got several layers on, but the beam is still coming through my clothes, so I'm going to try some shields here. This is a piece of plywood. See how far this gets me.
Engage.
Oh! It leaves too much of your body exposed. They got me down in my feet. So I'm going to try this mattress here. It'll cover up more of my body. Okay, let's see.
Engage.
No. Oh!
Engage.
It hurts, but you can keep going.
Engage, engage.
That's enough. Some people claim they've been able to stand in the beam for 4 or 5 seconds. So how long can I take the heat? Here goes.
Engage.
1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1!
Yeah, that is the device that Trump was wanting to use. It's rather crazy how this type of device actually exists, and that it's, the United States military that made it. I don't know. 2020 is pretty crazy. You get COVID, then you get, racial uprisings, and then you get, fires all along the West. Now you got, large hurricanes hitting the United States. You got Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who has just recently died, and they're gonna put in a conservative nominee, probably before Trump leaves office. That's if he loses. Even if he does lose this, there's going to be lots of problems. I mean, 2020 has been pretty wild, and it's just gonna get even wilder. Uh, I believe 2021 is going to be. It's probably going to blow 2020 out of the water, and if not, I am going to be surprised.